Good day. David Garvin, Product Manager, Nortec Global HVAC. Please remember as you move around today, be safe in all of your travels, especially when you're driving. Don't get too distracted while you're behind the wheel, please. Today we've got some exciting news to talk about our new split systems, our last of the changes to our splits. We're going to talk about our W series and our B series condensers today. And please remember, as I'm going through my presentation today, to submit your questions so that we can address those at the end of this presentation. With that, we'll move into the agenda. So I want to talk about a bulletin that I put out at the beginning of the year, Residential Product Bulletin 19-101, and some of the system enhancements that we've done for all split systems in the marketplace. I also then want to talk about the W style that we're introducing today and the B style that we're introducing as well today. As far as the enhancements that we put out at the beginning of the year, we listened to a lot of people telling us some things that needed to be corrected or at least enhanced in our products. And so we started adding these charging charts to all the unit electrical panels. There's a subcooling chart and a superheat chart. These are both on the unit. They are charts that speak specifically to that model unit. So as long as you're using the QRDs and you're matching the system properly, then that chart on that electrical panel is for that unit there. We are creating, if you will, a booklet of all these charts, because as you can imagine, if they are specific to each unit, there's a whole bunch of them. So we're creating a multi-page document that'll be pushed up to our literature library. That'll occur probably in the next 90 days. I know the first section is almost done, but then they've got to do two-stage, and they also got to do the heat pump, single stage and two-stage. So there'll be 4 total documents that'll be up there on the literature library for you. And again, those are reference documents if you're not on a job site and you want to see what's going on with the charge on a particular unit. Another thing that we did at the beginning of the year, and this was all products that were in production at that time, so the W's and the B's were not in production at the beginning of the year, but as they start production now, they'll have, the heat pumps will have these low pressure switches in them. So at the beginning of the year, we added a low pressure switch to basically all heat pumps. You can go through the model series here, but basically all of our heat pumps are getting a low pressure switch. And for those that had a low pressure switch in the past, last year, some of the Maytag stuff and some of the premium 16 SEER product, we're changing that pressure switch. We were using a 5 PSI cutout and we're switching it over to a 20 PSI cutout. So that happened at the beginning of the year. Another thing that we did to the units at the beginning of the year is we added this Charge Me label. Now, this was to draw your attention to it, obviously. We've got a great charge calculator tool for our products, and we want to draw your attention to that. It's really easy to use with a smartphone. You hit the QR code, and it'll take you right to the charge calculator. I encourage you to use it, try it, use it. It helps. Also, that link will take you to the literature library for that particular unit as well. I should back up and say there's 2 different QR codes on a unit. There's this one on the front that says Charge Me, and then when you take the electrical panel off, there's another one inside there that is specific to that unit. So again, very easy. I'm trying to make it as convenient as possible to get you to the literature you need for that particular unit. So this is the W-style units that we're going to talk about. I wanted to put a picture of one up front for you to see it right away. So this is a W-style unit. We'll have quality compressors. We're going to use state-of-the-art Copeland scrolls. So the whole product line is Copeland scroll compressors. We're using a powder-coated and mesh guard in front of the condenser. That is to protect the unit, obviously, from hail and balls and lawnmowers and everything else that are out there. We, of course, will still have our high-pressure switch to protect the system with an auto reset. We'll have the removable top grill. And a lot of people forget about this feature of our units, but you can take the 4 screws of the grill that holds the condenser fan out, then lift that whole condenser fan out and lay it down or stand it up on the side of the unit. So when you go to wash the thing and you're washing it from the inside out, you don't have to worry about disconnecting the condenser fan motor wires. There's a wire tie in the control panel. You cut that, and there's enough wire there to set that thing on the side of the unit to make it very convenient for washing the condenser. Just want to remind everybody of that. Also, the composite drain pan. The composite drain pan that we're using here is a little different. It's about a 1-inch size different from the E and F series and P series units. So it's a little different in size, but it is set up so that it accepts the wire guard and positions the wire guard in place so that there's no looseness to the wire guard being set in place. So that's all good. And of course, we increase the amount of holes in this drain pan to again aid in the drainage for water or condensate from the defrost cycle. So for heat pumps then, of course, we've got the patented hot gas defrost system. We use this across the board in all of our products. Just remind everybody that it is a patented process that we're using there with our hot gas injection into the outdoor coil. And then, as I mentioned, low pressure switches. These will be added to the W-style condensers as they go into production here right now. So in the offering for the W series, there'll be 3 different product offerings, 3 efficiencies. You can see that there's a 16-SEER single-stage air conditioner, there's a 14-SEER single-stage air conditioner, and then there's the 13-SEER single-stage air conditioner. The heat pumps then, the heat pumps will be 16-SEER single-stage again, and there'll be a 14-SEER single-stage. Obviously no 13-SEER because there is no 13-SEER heat pumps allowed anymore. And then for Mammoth, we will use this W-style condenser for our Mammoth 3-phase product. So those condensers will be available as well. There'll be a 13-SEER air conditioner and a 13-SEER heat pump. The B-style, this is what the B-style will look like with its corner post and mesh hail guard. These again offer quality compressors. Just the mesh hail guard, as I said, does still provides a lot of protection to the outdoor coil. A high pressure switch, as we stated earlier, it's an automatic reset, so you don't have to worry about it locking out. Removable top grill, again, like the W series, we continue that over into the B series. And the same drain pans, composite drain pans are being used here as well. So shares a lot of common parts between the W and the B style condensers. For heat pumps, again, we're using the same hot gas patented bypass system. This has done a lot to help us with these defrost cycles. This allows us to get in and out of defrost quicker than we were in the past, so it's been a nice benefit to our units. As far as the offering in the Medallion series, the B series, the air conditioners are going to be available in a 14-SEER and a 13-SEER single stage, of course. And then there will also be a heat pump offered, and it'll be a 14-SEER heat pump because, as everyone knows, there can't be 13-SEER heat pumps anymore across the United States. So that's the offering in the B series, which again will be the Medallion series branded. And with that, the B and the W series are now launched in the marketplace and in production. And as a reminder, this is the completion of a complete redesign of our jackets and styles of our outdoor split systems that started 2-3 years ago. We started out with the Fs. Here's F series jackets with removable panels. We added the E series with the removable panels, and now we finalized the whole thing up by getting rid of the J jacket units and going to these new W style and B style condensers. With that, we'll move over to our questions. I appreciate the questions that have been coming in. That's really great. So let's get to them. We were in the past, so it's been a nice benefit to our units. As far as the offering in the Medallion series, the B series, the air conditioners are going to be available in a 14-SEER and a 13-SEER single stage, of course. And then there will also be a heat pump offered, and it'll be a 14-SEER heat pump because, as everyone knows, there can't be 13-SEER heat pumps anymore across the United States. So that's the offering in the B series, which again will be the Medallion series branded. And with that, the B and the W series are now launched in the marketplace and in production. And as a reminder, this is the completion of a complete redesign of our jackets and styles of our outdoor split systems that started 2-3 years ago. We started out with the Fs. Here's F series jackets with removable panels. We added the E series with the removable panels, and now we finalized the whole thing up by getting rid of the J jacket units and going to these new W style and B style condensers. With that, we'll move over to our questions. I appreciate the questions that have been coming in. That's really great. So let's get to them. I have a couple that have come in, but if you have questions, please be sure to type those in so that we can see those and answer those questions for you. Okay? So one of the ones that came in here is, what is the warranty going to be? Because the warranty was missing from all the communications that we put out. So I want to inform you that on the B Series product, which is our Builder Series product, that is a 3-year parts warranty, and that's what it is. 3-year parts warranty. There's no opportunity to increase that with registration or anything else. On the W Series product, it also has a 3-year parts warranty, but we have the ability with registration from the homeowner, they can move that up to 10-year all parts. So that's the warranty on the product as it goes out the door today. Another question that we have is the literature available, or when will the literature be available? And we had most of it up last week, but we did find that there were some installation instructions and different things that were missing. So we've added those up, and they should all be there. I spot checked it yesterday, and the things I looked at are all up online. I'm going to take a moment here to pause, and I want to introduce somebody to the group. We've got another product manager that we brought into the team. His name is Jeremy Landers, and I'll let Jeremy just introduce himself for just a moment. So, Jeremy?
Thanks, Dave. I'm Jeremiah Landers. I'm the new product manager for residential furnaces. I started the industry as a technical sales engineer with Sporlan out of the Kansas City, Missouri area, calling on local wholesalers and contractors. And you got the next questions?
Sure. So we do have a question here that's come in. Again, please type your questions in if you got them. I'll answer everything we can. So the next one is, what is the compressor used in the B Series models? And as we speak today, we are using Samsung compressors in the 3-ton and under models. We are using Copeland Scrolls in the larger 4, 4.5, and 5-ton models that are now available in the B Series. That was not really available in the old JS6. That product line stopped at 3 tons, and now those B Series, they go all the way up to 5, and we are using the Copeland Scrolls in the larger capacity models. But currently, to answer your specific question, we are using Samsung rotary compressors. These are new models than we're using previously. They get a little bit better capacity, so we moved some models over to these newer compressors that provide us a little bit better capacity efficiency numbers on the product line. So that's a good thing. Another question came in, when do we expect to start shipping? And I don't have a specific date, but I do know that we are fully in production in Saltillo, and I'm told that the product is moving up to Poplar Bluff. We are building our branding kits that are required, to brand these as they leave Poplar Bluff. We've got to put the branding kit on there with the warranty and the logo. So those are currently being fabricated, made up, if you will. I fully expect the product line to be shipping either late this week or into next week. I don't know of any delays that have been communicated to me, so I expect it to start shipping pretty much right away. Let me see what else I've got here as questions. Answered the warranty question. Yeah, and somebody asked if the 3-year parts warranty includes compressor. Yeah, when we say it's a 3-year, 10-year, 5-year parts warranty, it's everything in that system. So it's all functional components. It might not be, the sheet metal wrapper around or the base pan or something like that, but it's all the functional components that are in that unit would be included. So yes, the compressor would be included in that 3-year warranty. Are they microchannel? Yeah, pretty much everything we're doing today is microchannel construction. We have great success with it. We see no reason to really move away from it today. There's so many benefits that's just hard to go back and go back to a round tube, whether copper or aluminum. So we are still doing microchannel and expect to continue to do that. Trying to figure out what this is asking me here. Just bear with me for a minute. So I'm not sure that I understand this question. It has to do with previous capacity charts and will they be accurate. If you're referring to the chart that I had in this presentation, those charging charts, those were samples. Those were not real data. Those are just examples of how the data would be laid out. Somebody else called me out on that once before, but in the bulletin that we sent out, they were also sample charts. They weren't real. But remember that each unit will ship with a superheat and a subcooling charging chart on the electrical panel cover. All units have a customized charging chart for that unit, for that specific unit. We are also working on a document. I believe there'll be 4 separate documents, because when you start talking about having a charging chart, a superheat and a subcooling charging chart for each unit, and then you multiply that times the number of units and a number of systems that you match up to, that chart can get pretty lengthy. So, or those tables can get pretty lengthy. So we're going to have an air conditioner single stage package, if you will, or booklet. We're going to have an air conditioner 2-stage booklet, and then there'll be a heat pump single stage and a heat pump 2-stage. There'll be 4 different documents on the literature library or on the storefront if you choose to go that route. And those will be available for download, obviously, to get all the charging charts for our units. So those, we're working on the single stage air conditioner one is going through the last edits of it, and then he's going to turn to the 2-stage or multi-stage air conditioner documents, and then he'll move into the heat pumps once he's finished with that. So that's what's going on with those capacity charts as far as superheat and subcooling. AHRI, there's a question here as to whether these are in AHRI. And as far as I know, they are all in the directory as of last Friday, Thursday, I guess. We were off last Friday. So as of last Thursday, everything was up. There were 2 engineers working on that, loading documents up. And they told me that the last of it loaded up last Wednesday night, so they would have been visible Thursday of last week. Remember that this product is sold under Medallion. The B series are sold under the Medallion brand. So when you're looking for documents, make sure that you're looking under Medallion brand. Yes, you're going to order this with your Gibson account, but they're actually going to be branded Medallion when we ship them out of Poplar Bluff. Likewise, when you're on the literature library, you need to choose the Medallion brand when you're going in there as well, because you're not going to find it under Gibson. Yeah, evaporators, condenser matches are all in HRI. QRDs, QRDs should be out there as well. Someone out there is telling me that there's some typos in manufactured housing one. If you can email that to me, please, the specifics of what you're talking about, I would appreciate that. Dave.garvin@nortech.com, and I will address that or get that addressed for you. What else am I seeing here? Please, if you have questions, don't hesitate to go ahead and type those in, and we'll be addressing those. Yeah, so here's a comment here about the W series and it's what it's charged with. So without airing dirty laundry, I guess, when I took splits, there were a couple things that were bothering me about the way they had been set up. So to me, and in our industry, when you're talking about a heat pumps are matched to air handlers. They're not matched to case coils and gas furnaces. Yes, they can go there, but they're not typically matched. They're not typically set up that way in a marketplace. They're usually set up to air handlers. Likewise, air conditioners, case coil sitting on top of a gas furnace. So when I took over, I instructed engineering to make sure that our matches, our refrigerant charge that we put in at the factory matches a case coil for an air conditioner and an air handler with a heat pump. We were not doing that in the past. So this should help reduce the amount of charge that you have to add at time of installation. Yes, you still have to add charge if you've got a 35-foot line set. None of that changes. But so the charge that's in there is going to be more centered around what is commonly found in the marketplace. What else we got here? Sorry. Are there traditional copper tube A coil matches? No. The W and the B models, being that they're fully microchannel outdoor units, and likewise the matches are all A coil, microchannel, coil matches on the indoor side as well. So everything is microchannel indoor and outdoor. That's through 16 SEER all the way down to the 13 SEER air conditioners. they're all going to be to a microchannel indoor. Got more questions? Please add those in and send them along. Somebody's asking about two-stage compressors in 16 SEER. No, remember, the W line is our most cost-effective line that we can put together. So having an Ultratech scroll in there is not cost-effective for that product line. So we went to single-stage compressors. You get 16 SEER, but it's at the most cost-competitive point that I can get at, and that's with a single-stage scroll, not an Ultratech scroll. So no, there's no two-stage compressors, with the exception of the 5-ton. Okay, the 5-ton still, the 5-ton AC 16 SEER and the 5-ton 16 SEER heat pump, because we couldn't get there with our indoor coil size. We had to go to the Ultratech scroll on just the 5-ton only. Somebody's asking about the 3-phase product. Let me just read this here real quick. What would be the model number for a 10-ton heat pump, 460 volt, 3-phase? So S6, it doesn't say AC or heat pump, but it'd be an S6TQ. I'm sorry, S6, I got to think about it myself. S6BQ. And that would be, a 120 with a D character at the end to signify 460 volt. So, can we use the old charging tables? I would not recommend it. Again, the new charging tables come with the new units. They're right on the control panel cover. I would not recommend using the old charts at all. If anything, I would prefer you use the charge calculator. So we know the accuracy of the charge calculator is very high. So, and that's why we put that Charge Me sticker right on the front door of the unit, so that when a contractor comes up to a unit, if he wants the easiest, simplest way to charge the unit, my recommendation is use the charge calculator. It's a good device, and we should use it. So anyway. Again, if you have any questions, please send those in. Because it looks to me like we're getting to the end of these. I think we'll wrap this up then. Jeremiah, do you have anything else you want to add today, or
No, thank you.
anything in the furnace world you want to share with us?
Not that
Okay, very good. So with that, appreciate your business, appreciate your support, and with that, have a great day and be safe out there.